going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the big match preview of Manchester United taking on Manchester City. That's right, Manchester Derby time, the first one of the 2023-2024 season. Before I do crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for the Manchester Derby. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 200 likes, going ambitious. 200 likes is the aim. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Finally, before we do crack on with this video, I'd like to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, BetMate, who are sponsoring all my previews for the season, and the Manchester Derby is no different. They've got the Manchester Derby pot rolling for this game, worth £500, paying up to the top 25 places, £150 for the winner. It is £5 to join. It's a free app to download. The link is in the description. It's available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over. It is available in the UK only. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you will get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. There's lots of other pots available for the weekend and for the remainder of the season. They're running things like both teams to score, full-time results, with lots of good big prizes there. So do go and check it out. It is a great app, and I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, if you are going to gamble, please remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So, on to the match information of this game. This Manchester Derby taking place away from home for Manchester City. It's at Old Trafford for Premier League match day number 10 on Sunday the 29th of October 2023 with a 3:30 p.m. GMT kickoff. That is right, 3:30 p.m. strange kickoff time, and also straight in with a GMT, which means only one thing.
And winter is coming.
And the match is live on Sky Sports if you are wanting to watch in the UK. Anybody that is heading to Old Trafford for this match in that away end, do enjoy yourself and do have a great time. Now, moving on to our opponents, Manchester United, formed in 1902. They were called Newton Heath in 1878. They formed and then changed the name to Manchester United in 1902. Some interesting facts about Manchester United. They're the most successful top division team in England with 20 titles. That's one more than Liverpool. They're the second most successful team in the FA Cup with 12 FA Cup wins. Arsenal, they're in first with 14. They've won just a measly 4 League Cups. They are the one-time Club World Champions. They're the 3 times champions of Europe. Interesting, this one, they nearly went bankrupt back in the early 1900s. Henry Stafford, who was their captain at the time, was walking his dog to try and help raise funds, and then he lost his dog and found him at a nearby pub, and that pub, at the time, he got speaking, the captain did, with John Henry Davis, who was a wealthy businessman who also happened to be the owner of the pub, and he managed to convince Davis to invest in Manchester United and seal their place as a professional football club. They are also the treble winners derby here, taking place between United and City. United fans are going to argue theirs is the better one because they are the originals. All fun and games, I am sure. I'll leave that to the comments to decide which one you think was more impressive. Now, Manchester United, led by manager Erik ten Hag, they currently find themselves 8th in the Premier League. They've won the last 2 Premier League games, beating Sheffield United away in their last game by 2-1, and also beat Brentford at home 2-1 as well. United not playing great, scabbing wins. They're not looking convincing. They really do need to win this game. They need to start to turn their season around. They need to start pushing higher up the table. I imagine Manchester United have bigger ambitions than just looking in and around at the Europa Conference League and a potential European place and a Europa League. They'll want a Champions League position. They'll want to try and challenge for titles as well. They've not got off to the best of starts. They're not playing too great. Erik ten Hag, he's under massive pressure heading into this derby. Convincing win here for City, and I reckon his job could become under scrutiny. Now, Manchester United in their last game that wasn't in the Premier League was against FC Copenhagen on Tuesday night. They won that game 1-0 at Old Trafford thanks to a last-minute Onana save from the penalty spot, and also saw Harry Maguire grab the only goal in that game. As I said, not very convincing from Manchester United. Now, looking into their team and where the dangers are, obviously Marcus Rashford, probably the most obvious danger man, can play either on the right, on the left, go through the middle as well. They'll try and get him to utilise this match and utilise Manchester City's high defensive line that they like to play with. So I expect Manchester United to be going with more pace in this game. So Hojlund, Rashford, Anthony, could see Anthony Martial potentially starting this game. I'm expecting to see as a front three. I'm expecting to see Bruno Fernandes playing just behind the striker. Casemiro, he's back for Manchester United. He was suspended midweek in their Champions League game, just back from an injury that he picked up over the international break. He's expected to be back. If he is, I expect him to be starting this game ahead of Amrabat and Christian Eriksen. I'm expecting to see McTominay starting in the middle as well. You've got other options, as I've mentioned, with Eriksen and Amrabat, Anthony Martial. You've got Garnacho as well. All options from the bench for Manchester United. Now, in terms of their injury news, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lisandro Martinez, Amad Diallo, they're all out. Luke Shaw, question marks getting asked whether he's going to be fit and good to go for this game or not. Jadon Sancho still in exile at Manchester United from Erik ten Hag, former Manchester City man, of course, rose through the academy with Phil Foden. He was sold by Manchester City rather than promoted to the first team squad as he wanted to leave. He's not going to be featuring in this game. So with that being said, the expected team for Manchester United, I'm expecting to see Onana, the goalkeeper for Inter Milan last season that started against us in the Champions League final, starting. Manchester United's defence looks a little bit stretched. Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane and Luke Shaw if he's fit. If not, could be Lindelof starting at left back instead. I'm looking at City's front line. I'm thinking that can be got at. City need to be exploiting that. Midfield as well. Casemiro, McTominay, Fernandes. Seems a bit weak. There's not too much of a crunch there. Manchester City, they can play their way around that. So I'd be overloading that midfield and I'd be getting the quick players playing in attack to try and cause some problems, which means I would be giving the nod here to Jeremy Doku. Up top, I'm going with Anthony to be starting on the right wing. I reckon it'll be Rashford on the left wing and Hojlund starting up top. Manchester United's new signing, their striker as well. Also, not really got off to the best of starts during his time at Manchester United so far. Now, moving on to the blue half of Manchester. Manchester City, formed in 1894 as Manchester City, formed in 1880 as St Mark's. Interesting facts about Manchester City: they are the current treble winners, we're the current Premier League champions, we're the 3-time consecutive Premier League current champions as well. We're the 9-time top division winners, 7-time FA Cup winners, 8-time League Cup champions, 1-time European Cup winners, Cup champions, 1-time European Super Cup champions, 1-time European champions as well, and we're bidding in December to become 1-time club world champions as well, just like Manchester United have got. Now, City, led by manager Pep Guardiola, currently find ourselves second in the Premier League. 21 points from 9 games. We've won 7 from 9 in the Premier League. We had lost our previous 2 Premier League games away from home against Wolves and against Arsenal as well before the international break, and then we beat Brighton at home when we came back last Saturday by 2-1 to return back to winning ways. We then faced a midweek trip on Wednesday to Switzerland to face Young Boys of Bern, and we beat them by 3-1 and come out unscathed on that artificial pitch, which I'm pleased to inform you guys. So Manchester City starting to find a bit of form. I prefer to say City won 3 of our last 4 in all competitions. We lost away at Arsenal. We want to rectify that result, and how you do that is picking up points and picking up wins at places that are difficult to go to. Places like Old Trafford, for example, somewhere where we came unstuck last season and lost. If we could win this, then it will help deal with that blow of losing to Arsenal in the Premier League. Now, Manchester City have dangers all over the pitch. However, one of the biggest threats, Kevin De Bruyne, he's out injured until January. Won't be featuring in this game. Manuel Akanji also won't be featuring in this game after his second yellow card late on against Brighton. Means he's suspended for this game. So to me, Manchester City's defence and Manchester City's midfield picks itself. So my team prediction, I'm going with Ederson to start in goal ahead of Ortega-Moreno. I think it'll be a back three made up of Kyle Walker, Ruben Dias and Josko Gvardiol. Nathan Ake played a really good game against Young Boys midweek. He's unlucky to miss out. Rico Lewis played a great game. He's unlucky to miss out because I give the nod here to John Stones and Rodri as our 2 holding midfielders for this game. I start Phil Foden through the middle and I start Julian Alvarez as well in this match too, which means big question marks get asked about Jack Grealish. Is he going to start? He will track back. He'll help cover ground. He'll help ball retention for Manchester City. Seems like a guarantee that Pep Guardiola would be starting him, but I just don't see how Foden and Bernardo Silva miss out. So I put Bernardo on the right wing and I'm giving the nod to Jeremy Doku on the left wing. He's explosive. He can cause problems to Manchester United's defence. He's direct. He's had a brilliant start to his career at Manchester City. To me, Doku deserves to be starting this game ahead of Jack Grealish. If it's not working out, Jack Grealish comes on 55, 60 minutes in. Don't be scared to change things up, Pep. He's the best manager in the world and he knows what he's doing. I wouldn't be surprised to see Grealish given the nod here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ake given the nod here. They're the two big absentees, but I'd like to see Gvardiol and Doku, new signings this summer, starting for Manchester City. Does mean we've got some good options from the bench. Ortega-Moreno, Nathan Ake, Rico Lewis, Sergio Gomez, Kalvin Phillips, Kovacic, Matheus Nunes as well, Jack Grealish or Doku, Oscar Bob. There's good options there. Depth, not the strongest point for Manchester City. You dig a little bit deeper and you see you're expecting quality in every single position. It's not the case. It's a myth that City have this big lineup of two world-class 11s. Manchester City have very much predominantly a strong 11. There's 3 or 4 players that can challenge for that first team squad. Everybody else, to me, is what I like to call a bit part player. Erling Haaland I've got starting up top. Doesn't need any questions. I scored a brace midweek. Is dying for some goals here as well. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. I think it's going to be a close one. However, I fancy if City turn up and play really well and attack and Manchester City score first, I reckon we could go out here and score 3 or 4 goals and win this game very comfortably. But it's a derby. Anything can happen. What I don't want is the officials being the main talking point after this game. That happens, it means something's gone wrong. And that's what happened last season at Old Trafford. You end up just putting a bitter taste in everybody's mouth, and you want a nice, good, fair, clean game with hopefully a win for Manchester City, and we can digest there, and it's all about quality on the pitch from the players rather than speaking about the officials. Now, in terms of my betting tips for this game, I reckon this is going to be both teams to score. I'm backing Alvarez any time. If Casemiro starts, he's a walking yellow card. He gets a yellow card in this game, in my opinion, if he does start. Rodri, McTominay, they're good options for yellow cards as well. I think it's going to be a feisty affair, so I'm going for 40+ booking points for this game. Now, moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate. £500 pot, £5 entry fee. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up for £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. You can select 6 players from each team for this pot. The pot code is FF-MUN-MCI. My team for this game then, I've gone with Onana in goal for Manchester United. I can't go over the whole Manchester City starting lineup as I'm only allowed to select 6 players. I think both goalkeepers are going to concede, and I think Onana's going to be the busier of the goalkeepers, so I think he makes more saves than Ederson. So Onana gets the nod for me, and me being tactical on everybody else about Manchester City because I think we win this game means I've put Heaton on the bench from United. I know he's not going to be featuring in this game. I don't want to waste a City pick by putting Ederson on the bench. I've got Dalot, McTominay and Rashford also on the bench as well. As I said, I'm heavily loaded with City players here. I've gone with Kyle Walker and John Stones as my defenders. I've gone with Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva as my midfielders. I've got Alvarez and Haaland as my attackers. Interestingly, I've just changed it up. I thought Haaland's finding some form. Do I think he's going to score? I think United are going to stick to him like glue, which I think he might struggle, but he's so good. I've given him my vice-captain because he's one of them players that can score from anywhere, at any time. He's just one of them explosive players. So Haaland, my vice-captain, captain Julian Alvarez. Couldn't find time to squeeze in Doku. I'm not too sure he's going to be starting in this game. When the teams get announced, rotate your bet, mate. That's what I do. You have up until kickoff to be able to do that. So a big top tip for me. Go and check out BetMate. Links and details, they are in the description. Finally, last note, this game is going to be dedicated to Sir Bobby Charlton, who passed away last week. I've seen a video of a couple of City fans who have now faced a banning order at Manchester City that have dominated the headlines. And so I'm hoping here that Manchester City, the fans and the club will have a chance here to be able to pay our respects and show that we are a dignified club who are very respectful to Bobby Charlton, because he is a football legend at the end of the day, and Manchester City fans, I'm sure, will be impeccable, just like we was when it was the Munich air disasters anniversary back in 2008. City fans were impeccable there, and I'm sure they'll be impeccable here for the dedication to Sir Bobby Charlton as well when they have a minute's silence. So yeah, there we go. That has been today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details, they are in the description. I will have my live watch along link up later on this evening for you to set your reminders for. We will be live at 3 p.m. GMT. It's going to take some getting used to from BST to GMT. We'll be live at 3 p.m. GMT for this game for the live watch along. Link out later on this afternoon for you to set your reminders for. So I will see you then. How are the nerves, Blues? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all again real soon. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Come on, City. Peace. Ciao for now.